G'day YouTube, my name's Lance, welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report, look, around the 30s, 20 to 30 in that range there, 31 yesterday, that wasn't too bad. Last weekend we had 35 in the shed here, and that was just bloody hot, you know, and which is alright. Yes, it's overcast today, and I'm trying to get the stew done now. We had showers this morning, and when I'd normally be up here doing the stew, it was raining, so I was nearly going to come and get the stuff, get the camera and the task cam and all that, and head up to my little machine shop in the shipping container up at the house. But anyway, we've got a break. It's not raining at the moment, I'm not showering, so the shed's nice and quiet, so we'll try and rattle through the stew and keep you informed on what's going on for the week and or what happened for the week, and work between the showers if we can. So really busy week. No shed time up here particularly. I still haven't had a look at the reason why the indicators on the 135 aren't working, and that has to be loaded up on a truck or on the trailer out the front there this Thursday. So I need to put time into that if I can. Last week we had a pretty wild storm came through, and there's branches. I'll do a bit of a walk around shortly, and over in the barn or the yards where we keep the 148, and I've got a cobweb on me. The 148 and the Pt1 in the saw bench and that. That over there we can't get in there at the moment because of big branches that come out of the ironbark trees, and they've hit the roof of that, and they're down over where we drive in and around, so not too hard to shift, but you just got to have time and energy to do it. So we'll have to have a look at that over the next, probably today sometime if I can. Out the front of the shed here near the fire heap, a heap of leaves and just smaller stuff around there. And up on the driveway, up near the house, we had I think it's a lily-pilly tree, and the sides come out of that in the storm. So we haven't had time, like it's Monday morning, and we haven't had time over the weekend to have a tidy up. I haven't got any bloody hat on. What's going on there? What sort of show you bloody running here, Lance? Anyway, I went and got a haircut. Bloody good-looking rooster now, eh? I had to get a haircut. I was just giving me the shits. So, so a bit of bad weather. Then the power was out. I thought I'd come up the shed and do a bit of filming yesterday morning, and something happened to the electricity supply, and we had no power pretty well 3 or 4 hours in the morning yesterday. So, nothing happened there much. And I thought, not to worry. I've got a little Yamaha gen set, and it's a little 2 kVA, and little 4-stroke thing, and I thought I'll take it up the house, I'll plug my machine shop shipping container in, and that'll give me lights, and I can sort of continue on. I've got some PDO collars to make and finish off those governor rods now. The other parts come for that, and I thought I'll spend the morning machining. But by the time I got up there, the power was back on, so I was back outside buggering around, doing the roundup run. To do the roundup run, the weed killer run along the fence lines and round the shed, and just to keep the place tidy around the orchard and that. And we use about 55 litres of mixed up roundup, so that takes a couple of hours Sunday morning. So that happened yesterday. But really busy week. The Judy got her new car on Wednesday, so we had to have a bit of a car shuffle and muck around there, which is no big deal, but we've been that flat out that we haven't even taken it for a drive anywhere. Well, our plan was to get the new car, and on Sunday we'll jump in and do a bit of a run and just enjoy it, just get the feel for it and enjoy this new little car. But we got the car, but it just got busy. On Saturday, pardon me, Saturday morning, there's a prospective buyer for Queensland Tractor Spares, and they'd come up from down south and wanted to have a meeting and a look around Saturday morning. So our cleaning lady Debbie, she's in Tassie having a holiday, So we had to run around, have a sweep, and just tidy the place up. Like, it never gets very bad, it's always pretty tidy in there, but there's always something you can do. So yeah, we went in and tidied up, just make it look nice, and mainly sweep and wash the floors, because yeah, we have nice vinyl floors in there, and then with farmers coming in with dirt on their boots and that, it's a constant job. And we pay a cleaner, Debbie, and she comes in once a week, and she does the whole, amenities, the floors, all the offices, and gives them a good once over. But she hasn't been there for like 4 weeks now, I think. So I think another couple of weeks and she'll be back. So yeah, we went in and tidied up there, and I took the trailer in, and I've got the canopy on the back of the cruiser now. I don't know if I had that done last week. This coming weekend, we're going to a show, then we're getting ready for our holiday at the Fergie Fire Up. So, we're putting a bit of time into that. But yeah, so I took the trailer into the shop and picked up a few pallets and boxes and things. And yeah, on the way home, the young bloke's place, he's always got palm fronds there. Palm trees are bastard things. They're messiest thing for your garden. And so anyway, we filled up the rest of the trailer with palm fronds. So we're at the front on the burning heap there now. So we haven't got to pay to take it to the tip. Yeah, we're going to have a fire here again. So it's building up, the pallets and that are building up. So perhaps when we come back from being away, we'll have a bit of a fire. Yeah, the kids will enjoy that, the grandkids will enjoy it. But yeah, we had a meeting with a prospective buyer, and it was a positive meeting. Yeah, nice bloke. We got on really well. We've been in the same industry, that are in the similar industry to us, as in the tractor game, tractor parts game, reselling tractor parts and all that. And they're a pretty big mob compared to us anyway. So yeah, they come and we had a yarn and went through figures and software programs and the hassles of running a parts business. And yeah, it's funny when you talk to someone. Pardon me, a bit of asthma this morning. When you talk to someone in the industry and you're just kicking back having a yarn for a couple of hours, bloody, sorting stuff out, everyone has the same problems in their businesses, and finding good quality staff and things like that. But we're great. We have great staff, and they've been there. Well, Ross is coming up 10 years. I think Nicole would be 6 probably. 5, 7, 6. Yeah, 6 or 5 anyway, in there somewhere. And Alan's been 3, I think. And yeah, so we have a good run. We keep our staff. We try and be decent people, I suppose, that's why. But yeah, the business that's looking at buying our business, they've got staff up in 60s and 70s, a couple of blokes that have been in the game for a long time. So they've been with the company for many years, so they must be good to work for as well, you would imagine. But it's a constant battle as businesses grow and expand, finding good people, just a never-ending pursuit. Yeah. So anyway, we had a yarn with them, so that took up all the Saturday morning till about 1 o'clock, and very positive. Yeah, so it's a positive thing. They're going back down to where they're from, and they'll have the directors of the company will be having a meeting and a chat, and possibly another visit. There's always questions, and so we try to be accommodating with it. So, but it's a cracker business, though. Yeah, it's just a good thing. It's been really kind to us over the years. But then again, we always turned up at work too. You had to be near dead to have a day off. So anyway, but so yeah, that was Saturday afternoon, and then we've been slowly pulling stuff out of the business that just personal effects. And there's a lot of things like old books I've had tucked away, and I had them in my office at work just for reading, and if I want to cross-reference old parts books and things that they're just mine, I've had for years and years, and we've made it clear that yeah, whatever's on that shelf behind where I sit at work with the tractors and the books and that are personal effects, they're going with me. So we're starting to clear some of that out, and junk. You know, you end up with a business over time. You end up with a box of this, and you look in there, and oh, there's an old John Deere manual, and there's something or other else. Oh, we'll get that out of there. And you know, they're no good to the business. We haven't looked in there for 10 years probably. So yeah, we're sorting that stuff, bringing it home. And, yeah, it's sort of, you don't need that stuff in there nowadays. It never gets used. So I have a lot of workbooks at home here too. Like I've got probably half a pallet sitting up in the pallet racking, and so yeah, I'm trying to get that sorted out down into the machine shop. So where I had shelves up on the wall, I'll probably take it for a quick walk later. Where I had shelves and that up on the wall, that's going to become a bit of a library. And for down here, we've actually done a big shuffle. So some of the workbench and that I had down at the machine shop is coming up here, and it's going to be part of the woodworking, you know, the laser and the 3D printer and CNC router. It's going to be part of that. So I have an extra bench to do a bit on. It's a bit cramped up there. And then we've put a table up there that I've had as a desk inside for years, and we've put that out there. Then we've gone and bought a nice big Epson printer, and this Epson printer, it's an ink tank printer, and it's got a good scan up to A3 on it. So we're going to, some of the old books and documents I have, we're going to scan them and do digital copies and make them available. Look, this is not going to happen tomorrow, but it'll happen. So yeah, like the other day I found a whole big box of David Brown service bulletins that I've had tucked away. So we're going to scan all that, we're going to catalogue it, put it in sections, you know, for particular models, and that'll be on the Bundy Bear's Shed website, because you know, when the business sells the Queensland Tractor Spares website, where I'll be putting all the free stuff, that won't be ours anymore. But Bundy Bear's Shed will have one, and it'll just be for merch and yeah, have a library to help people out. And just a place for tractor blokes to pull up and see if there's any info. So we've been working on that and setting up the printer, and I've got to wait till Trade Tools opens this morning, and then we're going to put another stack of box down the end of the table just to give us another 7 or 8 drawers in there. And then one of the big boxes has come up the back here, and that's the base for the new bench. But look, I'll show you that when we have a bit of a walk around. So yeah, went and got Jude's car. I took it to town Saturday morning. Or Jude took it into the shop, you know, when we went in to meet our, you know, the real estate agent and the prospective purchasers. And yeah, so I dropped the cruiser off at the young bloke's place, and everything's been buggering up. Like the jug at work blew up the other day. So Jude went and got a new jug, plugged it in, bloody thing, the button wouldn't hold down to boil the water, so I had to go back and swap that over. And then we got just a drip filter copy thing on the bench here at home, and it blew up the other day. So we're having a bit of a run of everything buggering up. So anyway, I got the pressure pump back on and working, it's going fine. The other day when the storm was coming though, I switched all the mains for the hoist and all the mains for the pressure pump and all that off. I unplugged all that just in case. Getting a bit paranoid, I suppose, in the old age. Yeah, so anyway, we'll have a quick look at the little car. But as far as work in the shed here, we've been trying to sort the new office arrangements up at the house for when we don't have the business, and I'm trying to get that in a row, because sometimes when things sell, you're that busy helping people adjust and get in that you don't have time for this other stuff if you're not organised. So it's important to be organised. Pardon me, bit of asthma still. This came through the week. Now, I'm not sure if you know what these are or not, but there's a scale there. Now this is a mower deck height gauge. Now, I put new spindles and that in the John Deere mower the other week, and I do have one tyre that's going down a bit, but I'm finding that I'm getting a little bit of a factory roof looking mow, and I've had the tape measure out, but I thought, oh bugger it. I used to have a yellow one of these, a John Deere one, but I'm pretty sure I sold it with the workshop, so this is a Kubota one. So yeah, what you do, you stick it under the side of the deck, put the hand lever, say on 3 inches, say you want 3 inch depth. So you put this on 3 inches. There you go. And you bring it up or down until the mower blade just touches this here. And once it just touches here and you know it's at 3 inches, go to the other side and level it up so that gets the left to right level. But it's important that you pump your tyres up first so that your tyres, you don't have, you're not building in an error. And then front to back, you put the blades front to back, and you have probably only a couple of millimetres, 1/16 to an eighth of an inch, say, down at the front, so the blades cut at the front and clear at the back, sort of thing. So yeah, it just hasn't been right, and I've had a bit of a fiddle, but the tape measure, it's hard to get in underneath and all that. So I bought a little mower gauge the other day, and funny how people pack parts. Like, here's this part here, and it came in a box about this big and about so wide. Oh, it's got me buggered. But anyway, not our worry, I suppose. But yeah, so that comes through the week, so that'll be a job when we get back. We don't have any more shed weekends available for another 4 or 5 weeks now. So what's done's done. So next weekend we're going to Kuya Show, which is sort of between Yarraman and Crow's Nest, up near Toowoomba way from here. One of our friends is family friends. They've been they got asked by the Show Society could they put on a bit of a tractor display, and we said, oh well, we'll come over. I haven't seen a country show in years. We haven't taken the time to go to one probably. So we're going to go away for the weekend next weekend. So I've got the trailer up out the front ready to do the springs. I've just checked the bearings. Usually I hook it on the ute and lift it up with the forklift and just check all the bearings and all that before we go anywhere. Look, that would be a good 4-hour trip each way from here, I suppose. So we're leaving Friday morning, going to stop and see some friends that are moving on the way and do the show, then be back home Sunday. So I'll be back in the shed Monday. So the stew will probably be in the shed next week. Then the next Friday we're heading out of town and we're doing our run down south. So we'll be out of the shed for probably 3 or 4 weekends then. And when we come back there'll be mowing to do. You can bet on it. It's just how it goes. The Kubota went home the other day, the little DT4150, L4150 I think it was. It went home the other day. It does a lovely job. I put the time into finishing bonnets and tidying up, so it went home. I wanted it done before we went away. And the fellow wasn't in a hurry. He was donating it to something. I can't remember what he said. And so it's done now. It's gone. I got some parts through the week. I haven't got them all yet, but for the 1929 McCormick Deering engine, we finally got a heap of parts for that over, and they just turned up last week. But we're still waiting on 2 Conrod bushes, big end bushes. They're on their way from Fordson House in America as well. So it won't be long. We'll have all the parts to start putting a bit of effort into that one. Let's see how we go. This week or this afternoon I'm hoping to do a bit of a drawing of the David Brown hydraulic valve setting tool. Now Shane from Path of Discovery's done one, but I have the proper tool, so I told them I'd measure mine up just so they can get a plan out there. Shane seems pretty handy at drawing stuff up, so perhaps he'll, if I send him some measurements, he can do a picture and we can get it out there for making your own. Pardon me. The other thing that happened through the week was I dropped a bit of a hint last week about picking up a vehicle, a ute that I've been looking at, and look, it's muddy asthma. A bit of a hint of a vehicle that I've been looking at, and I call it a ute, but look, it's more a light truck. But the carrying capacity is less than a Land Cruiser ute, and so we'll have a walk around that. And look, what it is, it's a 1968 J1 Bedford truck, and the old fellow I bought it off said it was a 3000 weight, which gives me 1.5 tonne carrying capacity. But anyway, when we had a look at it, it's only an 1800 weight, but we're going through the process now to pick it up to a 3000 weight. So it's the exact same truck, just different back springs. It's the exact same truck, petrol 214 cubic inch engine, 4-speed synchro box, not synchro back to first, but synchro in the other gears. So this old truck, yeah, I used to do all the work on this fella's farm, all these tractors, and he had a little 411C crawler and John Deere 2030 and things like that. And I used to go and do all this tractor work, and we were always looking at the old truck, and I said, "What are you doing with the old truck?" And he said, "Oh, still using it. And anyway, I was talking to him one time, and he said, "Oh, the kids are looking at it. They reckon they'll, because he'd come to the counter to buy bits and pieces." I'd say, "How's that old truck going?" And he'd say, "Oh, still there, Lance." But he said, "Oh, the kids are talking about doing it up." So anyway, I thought, "Oh, well, that's it, sort of thing gone." But not this Friday gone, the one before. Yeah, he come into the shop and there's Lance there, and I rang him Saturday morning, and he said, "Look, that truck's for sale. I told you I'd give you a go at it." So he said, "Come and have a look." And I said, "Well, what's the price?" And he said, "Oh, I don't know." He said, "Well, before you come and have a look," he said, "I'm going to check with family and see what they think it's worth." And he said, "I've got a bloody cobweb, walk through a cobweb, and now I feel a little shitty." And he said, "Look, my son down the Gold Coast, he's got mates that do up classic cars and vehicles, and hot rod blokes and that. I'll ask them and they can set the price." And I thought, "Oh, here we go." You get tangled up with some of these blokes, and it's going to be worth $50,000, and bloody, but they wouldn't pay that themselves. So I thought, see what happens. So I didn't hold out much hope with that, because I thought, well, once the word gets down there, and there's offers coming in, you're probably getting to one of these bloody Dutch auctions, and I wasn't prepared to go that way. And but anyway, so he was going to ring Tuesday, and I didn't hear, so I rang him, and he said, "Oh, I've got to talk to my son this evening, and he'll let us know what price it is." So I said, "Oh, all right then." So Wednesday he rang me up, and he said, "Look, there's a lot of interest in that truck." He says, "I could sell it 10 times, I reckon," but he said, "The family's decided $5,000, and that'd be a fair price for this truck." He says, I've had other people offer me that since it's for sale, but you have a first run at it." So I thought, "Oh, how about I come and have a look?" So I went and had a look, and look, it's in pretty good order. It's in good order one way, but it's a good used order in the other. Starts and runs okay, no worries at all. The brakes have got a leaky cylinder, so the brakes aren't working, but the handbrake works fine. And the cab does not a sausage of rust in it, nothing. It's never spent a night since he's had it, and he can't remember. It's a 68 model. He bought it second hand. I always thought he had bought it from new, but he bought it second hand, and from a couple in Gympie. But he said probably 30 or more years ago. He can't remember. He's been on the farm there 60 years, and he's had it for a long, long time. And so he let it. Just 2 years ago, he deregistered it because he was using it twice a year to go take some rubbish to the dump. And he said paying the rego for that was just silly, so he just deregistered it. And so it's got no rego. But look, it's an original old truck. There's a couple little dings and little scratches on the paintwork, and that's all right. It's okay. And the tray's okay. The tyres are out of date. Look, it needs a bit of work spent on it, but when we're looking at it, I said to him, "Look, you wouldn't take 4.5, eh?" I said, "I've got to do the brakes and all that." And he says, "No, look," he says, here's this couple here." He said, they are hot and trot. He said, if you don't take it this morning, they've asked me to ring them this afternoon, and I'll be able to grab it at 5. And I said, "Yeah, fair enough, that's a fair thing." So I said, "Oh, look, I'll buy it." And he said, "Oh, here's another 2 names of 2 other people that are 3rd and 4th in the list for this truck." And he said, I told them that he'd be pretty sure either myself or this next couple were going to take it, so don't hold much hope. So anyway, I bought it home. I got my mate Chris to grab it for us, and brought it home. And the direction we're going with it, we don't know. We're going to use it around here a little bit just to have a play. I'm going to fix the brakes for sure. It's had a few long-term leaks underneath, like the tappet cover leaking down the back and things like that. But look, that's fine. What I wouldn't mind doing with it, I don't want to restore it. I want to make it mechanically safe. I think get it mechanically safe, get it mechanically roadworthy, get it registered. And I've talked to a bloke down south, and we're getting new tags and that for it. And we're gonna, at 1800 weight, by the time we have the weight of the truck, and I haven't weighed it yet, but that's on the cards. I haven't weighed it yet, but if it's a 1800 weight, that gives me around 750 kilograms payload on the back, depending on how heavy the tray is and all that. So it's been registered at 2,940 kilograms. So yeah, so if it weighs 2 tonne, which it may well do, that gives me 900 kilograms payload. Well, the idea of it for me was just to take it to the local shows here and perhaps extend the tray a little bit, or play with the tray a bit, and just drop a grey Fergie on. So Fergie's 1,100 kilograms roughly, and if we can get it certified up to the 3,000 weight, that gives me 1,556 kilograms of load roughly. The GVM would then be 3,556 or something like that. So that would let me put a little tractor on the back. I wouldn't be able to put a grey one, 35 on, but I could chuck a little grey Fergie on and go to a show just locally, within an hour's run or something from here. So, but anyway, we've been looking at it for years. This truck, I've been trying to buy it off the old fella for years, and then anyway, we just bought it, and then if we decide not to go with it or not to do something, we've bought ourselves time if nothing else. So. I'll get that outside if it's not raining shortly, and we'll do a bit of a walk around, and I'll give you a quick look at Judy's new car. But yeah, so we got the truck home, and of course I had to have a look under it and around it and in it and all that, and pull the seat out and all that sort of thing. So it's a bit of a little truck like that. I've had them on I asked on the Bedford site and all that, and it's worth more than we paid, definitely. I've had a message about reselling it, and I said, oh, well, not yet, perhaps we will later, who knows. But yeah, we'll keep the old girl and have a bit of fun with it. Until we get it registered, it costs us nothing to sit it here, and we'll see how we go. And if the business ends up selling shortly and I'm retired, well, yeah, I'll be up this shed every day. It'll be like a job. I'll be coming up playing with tractors and videoing. And, I'm hoping to get the channel really cranking and yeah, just have fun with the truck. Just enjoy it and go for a drive and bug around. There's my mate Dave and them and Paul that come and visit there in the historical truck club. So we'll just see. We've got it here. We've bought time. We'll see how we go. So look, I better stop flapping my gums and get that camera in hand and go for a little walk and show you what we've been doing and what we're up to. If it's not raining, this morning I was going to put the Bedford out and go for a walk around it early, and but then it was raining, and I thought, well, the poor old girl probably hadn't been in rain in years, because I kind of just sort of believe it was raining. I doubt that he would have had it out down the paddock buggering around too much, and it has no rust. He was apologising because there was there's 2 little bits of rust there, and he showed me, and what it was just where the arm and that had been on the side, and just a smidgen of surface rust, so he sanded it and put a bit of red oxide on it. But anyway, that's how it is. But yeah, a few dings and scratches and just little bits and pieces, but it just adds character. We're not going to get too excited with a full restoration. We're just going to, like I say, make it mechanically sound, mechanically safe, roadworthy it, and just bug around with it. And the plan is to enjoy it for a couple of years, 2 or 3 or 5 years or whatever, and then move it along. Seems there's plenty of interest in it, so we'll go from there. He's a couple of the wheel cylinders, you can't remember which ones, but he got a couple of stainless steel sleeved, and I filled it up with brake fluid the other day and pumped it through and that, but I was going to get Judy to sit up inside there and pump the pedal, and I was going to hop under and bleed the brakes and just see where it was leaking from and see what was going on. But the weekend we had it just didn't quite happen. So anyway, I'll probably try and get it out. It doesn't look like it's raining at the moment. I might pop it out in front of the shed here and give you a look at old Betsy.